Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
The Big Pig game was a game I got in a bundle of games that I purchased, and I kind of saw it. I didn't expect very much of it. I thought maybe it was just a little kid game, and I planned on playing it a couple times and maybe passing it on to somebody else. But when we sat down to play it, I got an experience that I wasn't expecting. First of all, this is a cooperative game, and a pretty well-designed one. The only real big flaw of the game is setup. It takes forever to set this game up. You want a parent to sit down, set it up, and then bring everybody to the table and start to play. I think it's going to be the most effective use of your time. Maybe if you have older kids and you want to spend your gaming time them helping you set up, that will be accomplished also, but that's by and far the biggest negative. Otherwise, you're going to be playing cards and using them for their powers and how you want to munch, and using those munches in order to activate other powers and stuff. And you have a time limit of how you eat all of the food before the people come home from the movies and able to see that. There are 3 difficulty levels. There's easy, medium, and hard. And the game is difficult. I think it's winnable. And the items will really help that out as you go through. But I think it has that good balance of, like, you're playing it, you're expecting the flow of the game, you're having fun, but it's not necessarily going to be a slam dunk every time that you play. Now, usually I play cooperative games with my kids. We're just playing that one game, and night's over, and having a victory kind of leaves the night with a good pattern. So we kind of stick to the easier one than the medium or harder ones. But if you want to go down that path, they are certainly there. It just increases the math that you're going to require. So instead of 10 being the max, 12 will be the max, which will set up a more difficult, basically it's taking actions away from you, I think is what it's doing mathematically, if I could wrap my head around it. But the game is cute. The character artwork and all the artwork of the game is fun. The kids really liked it. It's got a good motif, a good look to it, and the game is pretty solid. So Big Pig is one I would tell you is a great game that you have not heard of, that I think you'd have a lot of fun with if you sat down and played it. It's going to shine in the family atmosphere, but with the right older crowd, I think it would work also. The cuteness may not translate, but I think everything else will. Absolute keeper for us. Here is the Big Pig game, which I think is a really weird kind of name for a game. I do like the cover. I do like the font and the donuts and the cakes and stuff. I just think the Big Pig game is weird. You're going to get some cards in here. The cards are pretty good quality. They have like little cute artwork on them. I think it works. Now, this board's a little confusing, so you will start here, and based on the number of players, you will go down different paths. It's fine. I think some arrows might have helped, but it does work, and these are the ones that you'll skip. This is a pretty nice little board. No complaints there. Okay, so this is good. You're going to get 3 of these. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This will be difficulty level. Easy, medium, and very, very hard. You can see really quickly, it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 12, 10, 10, 9, 12, 12, 12, 11. So that's going to be the difficulty of what you'll be doing as it comes out. You get a whole bunch of tiles in here, so this is where the game kind of messes a little bit. The tiles are good quality, but I'm going to let you know that they don't. Now, this is not put in correctly. I'm just showing you. They don't fit that great in here. Now, they redid these. See how they pop out like that? They redid them so you can get it taken care of, but just know that you might get a copy where it doesn't come out that well. Everybody's going to get these player boards. There's a bunch of these in here. Each one has a unique power and a unique animal on them, which is super duper cute. Also, what you might not catch is they have different actions on them. So they have different hungers, pulse size, item limits, and then different little actions they can do. The actions are all roughly the same. You know, play a card, item, munch, don't munch, but, you know, play a card or encourage for +4. So each one's going to do something a little bit different, which shakes the game up quite a bit. Now, the cards are a little thinner. If I said Munchkin style cards, that might make sense to a lot of people. You got some player aids in here, etc. They're fairly nice. They're fine for this type of game. I think the artwork on them is super duper cute. The kids are going to love that. Components overall, I have no problem with. Here is the rule book. It seems to be a QR code if you want to learn how to play by that. You're going to have a picture of the components over here and a little bit of a story of what's going on, which is cute for the kids. You're going to have setup. You can see there's plenty of pictures here. It tells you difficulty levels. This is all really, really good stuff here. And you have what it'll look like on your table. Then I'll go into the game round. I'll give you an overview of how you play with a breakdown. You do have some just artwork, I guess, and then some pictures here that might be a little bit more helpful. And then some helpful hints and a turn example. That's all really, really good stuff. As you can see, you go through. It's not really that hard. It's different things that you can do on a turn. It's hard to break it down. It's, there's a lot of cards and little things that come in the cards, but they kind of come up over and over. A little fact there. If you want to play a harder mode, which I don't know why you would, but it's there. A little bit of credits and then some advertisement. Uncle Jed's Fire alarm chili. I love this. Only $3.99. So hot it'll burn the hair off a jackrabbit. I think that's a joke, but it's really funny. The rulebook is very good. Honestly, I read this in 5 minutes, and we were up and playing with not any issues. Okay, so here's the main problem with the game, is that you're going to take all of these pieces, and you're going to have to slowly set up this game. I mean, it is going to take you a while. So there's 2 3s, okay. Which one goes with this one? You got to kind of figure it out as you're going. I think this would probably go here. Maybe this one would go here. It's just very hard to kind of figure this stuff out. Look, it goes over here. I was screwing up the whole thing. So it's just very difficult to figure out where all of these go to and how they kind of fit in. And it's going to take you a while to set this game up. So what I would recommend is doing this with the kids in the other room, and then you're getting this set up as you go. Okay, when the game is set up, you would have all of these tiles all over each of these. Nothing would be too dramatically different as you're going through, but you can tell that it's very time consuming to put all these in. So they would be all over. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of how to play the game. What's going to happen, each player is going to get a character they'll be able to utilize, and each one will come with a different power on it. Also different actions. So this one, you're going to take 4 actions a turn. This guy's play a card, munch with 2 hanger, take an item or play a card. This guy's play a card, take an item or play a card, take an item or munch. And this person says, play a card, munch with 2 hunger, munch, then ravenous munch, and take an item or play a card. And what you're going to be doing, based on the number of players, you'll be starting here, and you move up this track. If you move on one of these, a very bad thing does not happen. So you kind of go over these, but for like, say, a 4-player game, you will never skip that phase. In a 2-player game, you will never skip that phase. In solo, you will skip a lot. In a 3-player game, you will skip 1 time. So that's how that works. So first thing you do is you flip this over and do the bad thing. So what's going to happen at the beginning of each round is you're going to have bad things that happen. So each round, one of these will come out, and it will just have each character has -3 hunger when munching sweet foods. Each player with at least 1 item play must choose and discard one of these. So one of these will happen each time. So what's going to happen for the most part is each round, you're going to have these action cards that way in your hand. So when it says play a card, you're going to take one of your 4 actions, cover it up with a donut, and you'll take that. So playing a card's pretty easy. You're going to be able to do what's at the top. It says munch. But if you wanted to pay extra, let's say you had some tiles from munching previously, I'll tell you how you get these. You could just discard these back to the box, and you could take the munch and then ravenous munch at the bottom. So all of these action cards are going to have more powerful things on the bottom if you're willing to pay the tiles. And that's how these cards will work. Then you can put out a number of items based on the number of players plus 1. And these will do things for you like increase your hand size, or the next time you gain +5 for that munch and you discard this, +3 hunger with savory foods. And these are all do kinds of different things. So some of the actions, like this one says take an item or play a card, you can simply take this beside you, and then you will have +2 to your hand size for the rest of the game as long as you have this card in play, and they will do different things. Other thing you can do is you can munch. Munch means you just add up all your hunger. So the hunger of Cecil is +3. Let's say I had sugar cubes, it's +3 when munching sweet food. So I have 6 hunger if I do a sweet food, and only 3 hunger if I do something else. So maybe I could get rid of 2 of these 3s, because 3 + 3 is 6. Or I could have done a 4 and a 2, there's no 2s. I could have done just a 6 up there. And because it's a munch, it will go into my holding, which I can give it these up to play cards later. The only difference between a munch and a ravenous munch is that if it's a ravenous munch, I can take these out, and they come out of the game versus me getting to keep the token. That's going to be the big difference. So you're going to utilize these, and what you're trying to do is get all of these off. If you're able to eat all of these by the time the tracker gets to the home, you win. If the tracker gets to home and there's still any tiles there, then you would collectively lose the game. So going over around really quickly, you're going to have a bad thing that would happen. Then the items will come out. Then the players will take their actions, their 4 actions, either munch, or doing a lot, playing the cards, getting the items, Move up the tracker. You will draw back up to your hand size limit, which is printed on here. In this case, it's 2, plus maybe you might have a breakfast tray that lets you have 2 more to your hand size, and you keep playing around over and over and over again. All of the players will take an action before the movement happens. And that's a quick overview of how you play the Big Pig game. Who should buy this game? Anybody looking for a cute, kind of kid-friendly cooperative game? This game is pretty well done. I wish there was something that could be done. I almost wish the boards and something, all that setup could have been an app, and you could just like click on it and get rid of it. I think it'd make a fantastic app implementation in this game, because the setup for this is kind of atrocious, especially for a children's game. But everything else, I think, shines here. I think if you can get past that, I think you're going to find a really cute cooperative game that your family's really going to enjoy. One off the radar, that's always fun. Always fun to play a game that nobody else has heard of. And I think this game will do that for you. Absolute keeper for us.